Is this finally the breakthrough that millions have been praying for? Is the mother of all appeals going to be the key that unlocks the DSS cell door and sets Nnamdi Kanu free? The news broke late yesterday, but today, Friday, February 6, 2026, the entire Southeast is buzzing with a renewed sense of hope. You saw the headline, Nnamdi Kanu to be released soon. Now, while that is the prayer on the lips of his supporters, the legal battle that just started this week is the most critical we have ever seen. We are talking about life imprisonment, we are talking about terrorism convictions, and we are talking about a man who has decided to take his destiny into his own hands. We are breaking this down because Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has officially filed what his legal team calls the mother of all appeals. This is not just another motion for bail. This is a direct challenge to the life sentence handed down by Justice Omotosho back in November 2025. Remember that dark day in November? The Federal High Court in Abuja shook the nation when it found the IPOB leader guilty of terrorism-related offenses. The judge didn't hold back. He slapped Kanu with life imprisonment on 5 separate counts. He gave him 20 years for being a member of a proscribed group. He gave him 5 years for importing a radio transmitter. It felt like the end of the road. But Nnamdi Kanu is saying not so fast. In a dramatic twist that we are just learning the full details of, Kanu has personally signed this notice of appeal. Yes, you heard me right. He didn't just leave it to the lawyers. The notice, which was filed on Wednesday, February 4, 2026, bears his own signature. This is significant because if you recall the drama during the trial last year, Kanu had dismissed his legal team, including the heavyweight senior advocate Kanu Agabi, right in the middle of proceedings. He stood alone, and now he's fighting back with a ferocity that shows he is not broken. Aloy Ejimakor, a key member of his legal team who has stood by him through this storm, posted the proof on X, formerly Twitter, just yesterday. He called it the mother of all appeals. And when you look at the grounds of this appeal, you understand why. Kanu is asking the Court of Appeal for one thing and one thing only: discharge and acquit. He wants the entire conviction quashed. He wants the life sentence set aside. He wants to walk out of that court a free man. Now, I want to ask you something very serious. Do you trust the Court of Appeal to look at this case without political interference? Do you think they will have the courage to overturn a life sentence for terrorism if the evidence supports Kanu? I really want to see your honest opinions in the comment section below. And please, if you want to keep following this legal battle step by step without the confusing jargon, do me a massive favor and click that like button right now. It helps us grow this community. And if you are new here, hit the subscribe button and turn on the notification bell so you don't miss the verdict when it drops. Welcome back. Let's look at the arguments Kanu is making because they are very clever. His main argument is that Justice Omotosho made a massive legal error during sentencing. He claims the judge imposed the sentence without allocutus. Now, allocutus is a big legal word, but it means something very simple: the right of a convict to speak before they are sentenced. It is that moment where the judge asks, "Do you have anything to say before I pass judgment?" It is a fundamental right. Kanu is arguing that he was never given this chance. If the appeal court agrees that this right was violated, it could throw the entire sentencing into question. He also argues that the judge failed to consider mitigating factors. In law, even if someone is guilty, the judge is supposed to look at things that might reduce the punishment. Kanu says Justice Omotosho just went straight for the hammer. And speaking of the hammer, we have to talk about the religious comment the judge made. This is one of the most talked about moments of the trial. Justice Omotosho remarked that under the Terrorism Prevention Act, the punishment for Kanu's crimes is actually the death penalty. But he said he chose not to impose death. As a Christian, he gave him life imprisonment instead. While that sounded like mercy to some, Kanu's appeal is arguing that a judge's personal religion shouldn't determine whether someone lives or dies. The law should. By bringing religion into the sentencing remarks, the judge might have handed Kanu a golden ticket for this appeal. The breakdown of the sentence he is fighting is heavy. Life imprisonment on counts 1, 2, 4, 5, and 6. 20 years with no option of fine on count 3. 5 years on count 7. If this appeal fails, Nnamdi Kanu will likely spend the rest of his life in bars behind bars. That is the reality. But if it succeeds, it could be the biggest legal comeback in Nigerian history. The atmosphere in the southeast is tense but hopeful. The sit-at-home enforcers are watching, the politicians are watching, and the presidency is definitely watching. This appeal will likely be fast-tracked because of the security implications. We will be at the Court of Appeal every step of the way. We will read every document filed, and we will bring you the update the moment the judges set a date for the hearing.